Hey guys, welcome back to day 16. I'm excited to be with you here today, and I'm going to talk about a topic that's oh so near and dear to my heart, and that is 3 beliefs that could possibly be crippling your success. You know, over the last decade of marketing online, since 2006, I've seen belief systems surface and block money. And so one of the reasons why I have that question up there, do you hate money? First off, I've got these cool socks from Russell. Russell Brunson, CEO and founder of ClickFunnels. He sent me these socks, and it says, do you hate money? And I ended up giving them to my buddy Tracy. I thought it was fitting for him to have those socks. And that's another story for another time. But today's topic about sabotaging beliefs or crippling beliefs comes down to what are the stories, what are the beliefs, what are the thought patterns that you have. And it doesn't matter at what level you are in life or business right now, you could have some beliefs that are hurting you. Okay, so I'm going to illustrate a little story here. Back in like 2013, I had one of my partners had some very negative beliefs. Now, he had sold a company for tens of millions of dollars, and he was retired for over a decade, and eventually he got tired of being retired, right? Like he didn't need money. He didn't have that going on, right? He was retired, all was well, and his dad made even more money than he did, okay? And so he was set, right? But he wanted to leave a dent in the universe, right? He wanted to leave his mark. He wanted to create a legacy, which I find I attract a lot of people who want to leave a mark, who want to leave a legacy, who want to take their expertise that they've accumulated over the years, their wisdom, their results, and bring it to the world. So guys, first off, before I go diving in here, I just want to thank you for being here. This is day 16 of 30 Facebook videos that we're bringing to you, or videos that I'm bringing to you about 8-figure club coaching and ClickFunnels support. So guys, we get hundreds of questions every single week about ClickFunnels, about funnel building, offer creation, about how to launch and market your services online, how to market and launch your products and services, and how to scale your business to the next level, okay? And also, I'm on a mission right now to help you blow past the 2 Comma Club Award. Right? 2 Comma Club Award, if you don't know what it is, for those of you just tuning in, if today's your first video that you're seeing, please go back and watch day 1 through 15. Go binge watch. You can watch them on Facebook or you can watch them on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search for my name, Bryan Dulaney, and you'll find the playlist with all the videos, okay? But I'm on a mission to help people to jump past and fly past and break that invisible income ceiling that may be over your life or business. Maybe you're stuck at 5 figures or 6 figures, or maybe you haven't figured out yet even how to get started right? And you're trying to just get everything moving so that you can produce 7 figures or more as fast as humanly possible. My experience in doing this for over a decade, guys, again, welcome. Thank you guys for being here, is that once you break the $1 million barrier, generating 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 10 million, 20 million is that much easier, okay? So they always say it's the hardest to make that first $1 million. Now, what gets in the way of a lot of people is what we're talking about today. So even though this isn't like practical in terms of tangible things that you're going to be able to do with your funnel or with your offers, this is one of the most important things that you can master, okay? If you don't master this, I'm going to tell you what could happen, okay? And I see it all the time. In fact, I see a lot of people, because of this machine up here, the brain, they actually block money. And so that's why I said block money here, right? So what these limiting beliefs will do, or crippling beliefs do, is they block money, they hold you back, they limit your potential, and worse, they limit who you can serve. They limit the impact that your products and services have in the world, and therefore keep other people small, right? Like if you're an expert, you're an author, speaker, coach, you're a consultant, you're a thought leader, you're an expert at what you do, right? You have wisdom that others need, okay? I would propose that if you're an agency, you need to start thinking about the wisdom that you have so you can bring that wisdom to others. If you're an e-commerce store owner, I'd propose that you need to think about the expertise and wisdom that you have as well and think about how you can bring that to others on top of whatever it is that you sell. Okay, so I want you to start thinking about becoming the thought leader in your market so you can become the category king, right? If you're going to do it right, right? But these are crippling beliefs I've found get in the way of success. They get in the way of money. And it actually, if you have some of these beliefs that we're going to talk about today, you're actually going to block your success and you're going to block money. And I don't know about you, but I don't like to block money. Money comes easily and effortlessly to me. I don't like to block it. And so I would love to help you today to really think about your beliefs. Okay, I'm going to talk about how to reprogram your belief system. I'm going to talk about how to reprogram your subconscious mind, which is something that I've personally done when I first got started in personal development and going on this journey of discovering who I am and discovering who I am called to be. So I'm excited about this topic that we have today. And let me go back to the story. First off, before I dive into it, guys, thank you for being here. I'm excited to see you. Jump in. Feel free to share this video with your friends. Drop a comment. Tell me, let me know how you're doing today. But if you guys haven't grabbed your free golden ticket, guys, we have some copies left of this free golden ticket. freegoldenticket.com, or click the link in the description of this video to grab this free golden ticket. Guys, on this free golden ticket is our 7-figure and our 8-figure expert agency and e-commerce funnels, emails, and scripts. Okay, so it's not only just the funnels, but it's emails and scripts, and then I break those down through video training. There's about 30 videos, real short, bite-sized videos. I don't like those long videos. There's, it's hard to eat an elephant. It's hard to eat an elephant all in one bite, right? So we need to eat that one bite at a time. And that's the way that we've created this. And so on this, guys, it's free. All you gotta do is pay shipping and handling. People have paid me over $100,000 to develop some of the contents that you're getting for free when you grab your ticket. And what's cool about this is when you grab it, you automatically enter to win one of these. And we just had one. One was found the other day by Travis Cody. Travis, congratulations. I'm so excited to see you in San Diego and spend an entire day on your business to help you map out the fastest path to $1 million a month or $1 million a year for you. So super excited, guys. This is a $15,000 ticket, and the reason is because that's what people regularly pay us for a one-on-one private intensive, to sit down to map out the fastest path, the most profitable path, and the most focused path, right? The last couple days, we've been talking about 2 deadly forces that you need to eradicate: lone wolf and shiny object syndrome. And so one of the fastest ways that you can eradicate those 2 deadly invisible forces is to get in the room with my team and I, so we help you create a strategic game plan for you and your business, okay? You can't cookie cutter it, okay? You can't just follow or copy other people. I've seen people try to do that and they fail miserably. You need to have your own, fingerprint, you need to have your own funnels, you need to have your own offers, and you need to have your own voice, especially if you're a thought leader, okay? You don't want to just rip off the next thought leader. You want to actually create your own thought leadership so that way you can be recognized for the genius that you are, right? So, guys, grab your free golden ticket while we still have these available. Okay, we only have a limited supply. Grab your free golden ticket at freegoldenticket.com or click the link in the description and you guys can get access to that. All right, so let me get back to my story. Again, hey guys, welcome, welcome. Super excited to see you here right now. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're here. And if you have any questions, guys, that come up during this video or just a random thought that comes up for you, drop it in the comment section so that I can answer any questions that you may have, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help you get unstuck, to break past the 6-figure income barrier or get off that 6-figure hamster wheel and blow past that and get into the 7-figure mark where you really desire to be, right? So drop a question in the comment section. I'd love to answer any of your questions either now or in the days to come, okay? This is going to be 30 days of free 8-figure club coaching and ClickFunnels support. And guys, it's an honor and privilege for me to be here with you and to do this with you. It's been a real blast. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been really amazing to really prepare for you, right? And to prepare this content, and I'm so excited about what's ahead. I'm so excited about what's ahead in the upcoming days. It gets better and better every day. At least that's the feedback that I'm getting. And so thank you guys for tuning in, for playing full out. If you know anyone that could use this expertise and this wisdom and this insight, feel free to share this video. Feel free to, to share this video with your friends, right? Or business colleagues, or whoever it is that you know who needs help in these areas of taking their life and business to the next level, okay? So let's get into today. So go back 2013, I started on the story in the beginning of today, and back then I had a partner, and again, he was retired for about 10 to 15 years. He was retired. He sold his companies for tens of millions of dollars, and he was good. He was set. He was chilling, but he wanted to to leave a legacy. He wanted to really create contribution to the world that would up-level. And one of the things that I love about him is that he had this vision, this big, hairy, audacious vision of increasing the abundance of 1 million people's lives. Just think about that. Increasing the abundance of 1 million people's lives. Okay, it's a very audacious goal, and it's one that I can get behind, right? So I want you to think about, what is your big, hairy, audacious vision? What's your big, hairy, audacious goals? And what is it based on impact? What's your impact goals? Like, I love to hear financial goals for you and your business, but more importantly than that, I want to know, what are your impact goals? How many people do you want to impact? Personally, I want to impact 1 billion people's lives, not just through my messages, but through the messages of all the people that we get the opportunity to rally behind and support to help them launch their expertise, launch their products and services, and launch their brand online, right? So my big, hairy, audacious vision is to impact 1 billion people over my lifetime or more. And I know that when I align myself with the right thought leadership, when I align myself with the right experts, then I will do that, okay? So really important that you understand that, and that you have your own big, hairy, audacious vision. So for this particular gentleman, he had these particular 3 crippling beliefs, and I've seen them come up time and time and time again. So he published a book, we launched it, made it a bestseller, got it into the bookstores all across America, and it was a wild success. But when he went to create a webinar, and when he went to create a course, he came up against a brick wall. And the brick wall was rooted in the beliefs that I'm going to talk about today. Okay? So I want to see if you identify with any of these beliefs that I'm going to mention today, and I'm going to talk about how to eliminate these beliefs, shift these beliefs, and transform these beliefs into something that will empower you, and is something that will not hold you back and will not block money. Okay? We don't want to block money, right? We want to keep moving forward, and we want to advance, and we want money to flow into our lives easily and effortlessly, right? At least that's the way I like it to flow, okay? So belief number 1 is, who am I, right? So I would hear this from him. He would say, who am I, Bryan? Who am I to share this information? Who am I? And so as I began to see that come up for him, I realized that he didn't know who he was. He didn't know who he was, okay? And he didn't know who he was created to be. So he had created some declarations. Now, that was a good step, right? Back in my journey of personal development, back in 2005, I got turned on to this world of personal development, and I started reading books, Og Mandino, and The Power of the Subconscious Mind, which is a really good book. It talks about the subconscious mind, how the subconscious mind, your subconscious, is controlling everything you do. It's running the show, okay? If you want to figure out what's running the show up here, what's controlling your thoughts, beliefs, and the stories that you tell yourself, it's your subconscious mind. So if you if you rewire that subconscious mind, we will break through that ceiling that's over your life. Super important, guys. Super, super important. And so one of the things that I did, first off, I believe that you need to understand who God created you to be. So it's not good enough to just say, I am a boss, or I am a leader, or I am X, Y, and Z, right? Like, what I've found here is that when you align who you are with who God says that you are, okay, that is rooted in good soil that can grow. But when it's rooted, like, see, so I'll give you a personal story. When I first started this journey, I thought that declarations were something that I was stepping into. And so when I was in college, I set a declaration. And that declaration was big, hairy, and audacious. And that was, I am powerful, prosperous, and productive, producing $1 million a month. Okay? Great vision, right? But at the time, back in 2005, when I started that personal journey and started to reprogram my subconscious mind through affirmations and declarations, right? I didn't have that money, right? I was just getting by. And I was living on student loans at that time, to be honest with you. And it wasn't rooted in an identity that could grow and flourish. And it wasn't until about 2013 that I had this epiphany that I needed to create my declarations, okay? And I've been doing this since 2005, so I realized from Tony Robbins how important it is to have a morning rhythm, right? To have a morning ritual. I call it a morning rhythm. And so we're going to talk about that later, not in today's video. I mean, I could talk for hours on this topic of personal development and all this fun stuff, because it's really fascinating. It's really controlling everything that you're doing. It's either blocking money or it's allowing money to flow into your life. And money is just energy. It's a transference of energy. And so So I want you to challenge yourself. In 2013, I'll tell you a little story real fast about this I am statement. So I was over working on taking a vacation company from 1.5 to 5.3 million. We did that in 6 months, which I'm super proud of. And I was at an event, okay, kind of like Landmark, if you're familiar with that organization. Very similar. It was like a branch off of Landmark. And I was going through this process, and I was staying at a friend's house, and I woke up one morning and I felt that my dad was struggling with something. I wasn't sure what it was, but I just got that, that download or that hit, right? I just got that prompting, and the thought that came to my mind was, I went and I texted him. I said, Dad, everything's going to be okay. God provides for the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and He will provide for you as well. I said, Dad, go to the mirror and say, I am love, I love you 100 times. Now, just so you know, I had never done that exercise myself. So it was a prompting that I felt that my dad needed. For whatever reason, he needed to hear that, and he needed to do that exercise. So I thought, it's a great idea to do that myself. So I went to the mirror and I said, I am love, I love you 100 times. Now, if you're watching this video and you think that's crazy, that's fine. I would challenge you right now to do that exercise as well and just see how things shift for you. Okay, for me, I went out in the town and all I was seeing was people that were loving, joyful, happy. I mean, it was a town. I remember telling some of my friends at that time, man, I need to move to Delray Beach, Florida, because there's so much love here. And it was crazy. It was wild. And I realized after that it wasn't a matter of the people that were in that town. It was what I was saying to myself and what I was putting out at that time. Okay? And if you understand who God created you to be, we are created in His image and likeness, and we are created in love. And so I am love is a very powerful declaration that you can stand on, that's rooted, that can flourish. And if you just said that declaration over the next 30 days, I am love, I love you. Now, when I walked through the town of Delray Beach and I was doing this declaration, I didn't speak it out loud, right? Like I first did it in his home, in the guest bedroom that I was in the mirror, and I said, I am love, I love you. But when I walked through the town, love began to surround me. Love began to open up, right? So I would challenge you to start thinking about, what are you saying? Who are you saying that you are? To yourself and to others around you. Because who you declare yourself to be, okay, is extremely important. There's something called ontology. Ontology is the study of the way of being. Okay? Not sure if you knew that or not. Okay? But you got to get this under control. I am. Most people have been programmed by media and by family and friends and the education system that you're not enough, or that you are X, Y, and Z, or that you're not this enough, or you're not that enough, right? And those aren't serving you. And you're carrying that baggage that someone said over your life years in the past. So one of the things that I do and have been doing for the last, since 2005, is I began to create these affirmations, okay? Very powerful affirmations. I am. Now, in the beginning, they weren't that strong. They weren't rooted in good soil, and so they couldn't flourish. So I would say, I'm powerful, prosperous, and productive, producing $1 million a month, right? Or I am a leader, or, and I'd create all these declarations. There's a resource here that I want to mention, and it's called Mind Mastery Cards, and these are declaration cards that one of my business partners, Dr. Matt Hubbard, has created. And I'll just kind of pull one for the day because it's a fun exercise. You pull one, and it's funny, the one that I pulled. Want to, get to, love to. Every day I do what I want to do. I live and work from passion and drive. My actions are focused, disciplined, and complete. I finish what I start. Rather fitting. But it's fun, okay? It's a fun little thing to do. It's a nice little surprise. You can shuffle through the deck, pick a card, and on the front of it, it says a scripture verse, so don't worry about tomorrow. My focus is now. I am present to now. Without now, there is no tomorrow. My focus is on the individual. I am present to the one, each moment. All right, so cool little cards to support what you're saying and the thoughts that you have. Okay, super important. Now, I want to talk about reprogramming your subconscious mind. So I really encourage you to grab a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It's an incredible book. It talks about the power of the subconscious. But I would also begin to read other books like Awaken the Giant Within and study Tony Robbins. A book that I also love is called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth. It juxtaposes the differences between broke mindset and wealthy mindset. So if you're not attracting money and money's not flowing easily and effortlessly into your life and it's in abundance, then there's probably a belief around money that's limiting that from happening in your life, okay? Another book that I would encourage you to check out is a book called Think Bigger. Okay, Think Bigger is going to expand your thinking, which is really what we're talking about here today. And another book that I absolutely love, I'm a certified high performance coach myself with Brendan Bouchard. It was one of the absolute best certifications of coaching that I've ever gone through. And I'm honored to be a part of his certified high performance coaching program, and it's something that I do every year now and go back to get certified again and again and again and continue to sharpen my tool set about helping other people take their businesses and lives to the next level, right? So get your hands on, guys, anything that has to do with the power of your mind, okay? Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen other people self-sabotage themselves and block money because of their limiting beliefs. And it's a really big deal. And the reason why it's a big deal is because what we think about, we bring about. I think you've heard that before. What we think about, we bring about. What are you thinking about? If you're thinking about fear, you're going to bring more of that into your experience. There's a movie, I'm sure you've heard of it, I'm sure you've watched it. It's called The Secret, okay? It's a great movie, okay? It's a great first step. in understanding the law of attraction. The law of attraction is a real law, just like the law of gravity is, right? And you do attract what it is that you're thinking about. You do attract what it is that you are feeling in your body, okay? So we want to shift our thoughts, and we more importantly want to shift how we feel, okay? Pretty deep stuff here. All right, crippling belief number 2, why does anybody care? So he had this belief. It was, why does anybody care? Okay, and I had to continually come back to him and say, why is that going on within your dialogue in your day-to-day, And I would have him do exercises to create his course, to create his webinar presentation, to create content, and to put it all together. And this kept coming up for him. Why does anybody care? And I would propose you need to flip that conversation to, people have problems that I can solve, okay? People have problems. Okay, let's flip it. People have problems, right? That I can solve. Okay, let's see if that fixes itself. People have problems. There, that works. People have problems that I can solve. Now, in order to have a belief that people have problems that you can solve, you need to understand the people's problems. So think about your market, think about your avatar, think about your perfect customer. I talked about a lot of this stuff in previous days. So guys, if you haven't watched the other days, I really recommend that you go back, binge watch those days, and get caught up, right? You can go to YouTube, search for Bryan Dulaney, and watch those videos. But get caught up, okay? So find out the problems that your market faces, and all of a sudden, you will never have this belief of, why does anybody care? The reality is that you have solutions to problems that people need, okay? And I want you to adopt this new belief. People have problems that I can solve, okay? Simple one on that. The next one is, nobody wants, this is a big deal. So he continually had this conversation like, nobody wants what I have to offer. And I would always say, dude, where does that belief come from? And we dug deep on where that came from. And that's not a belief that I deal with, because I have a belief that everybody needs what I have to offer. And you might be like, well, Bryan, why does everybody need what you have to offer? And you know, that's a great question, because what I do and how I serve others is I help them generate more leads, convert sales, and create a community of raving fans, which every business owner needs. It's not something that they want, it's something that they need, right? It's something that they need. Their family needs them to generate more leads, convert more sales, and create a community of raving fans. Their community needs them to generate leads, convert sales, and create a community of raving fans. And their customers need what they have to offer. So I want you to adopt this new belief, and that's everybody, okay? Everybody needs, okay, what I have to offer. Everybody needs, okay, let's fix this here. Oops. Guess we'll put it like that. Everybody needs what I have to offer. Everybody needs what you have to offer, right? Okay? And you got to figure out what those needs are. You got to figure out what is it that you do that other people desperately need. Okay, not want, but need. And when you adopt this new belief over here of everybody needs what I have to offer, your reality will change. Watch. Just try these out for size. Okay, begin to shift who you say you are. That's why I recommend putting an alert in your phone, okay, about who you are. Okay, I have some declarations like, I am a world-class coach, right? Or I am a thought leader. It's why I recommend that you put that declaration into your phone and then begin to repeat that. One of the things that I do in my morning rituals is I walk, and I'll walk around the block, I'll walk around the house, and I'll begin to declare and affirm and I'll begin to state in my body who I am. Something I've been doing for over a decade now, since 2005, and I even took it another level. And I mentioned this in another day, but I want to mention it again because I believe your subconscious mind is running the show. And if you don't reprogram that, and you don't get really passionate about reprogramming that subconscious mind, you're going to be continually controlled by your past. And nobody wants to be controlled by their past because we want to be living in the future, right? And there's things that you want, things that you desire, things that you need, and the only way to get them is to break those ceilings that are over your life. So one of the things I did back when I first started is I found this program called Holosync. Holosync, this is an amazing meditation tool. Another meditation tool that I use is called Muse. And Muse is this really cool, it's a headband. You put this headband on. I'm not going to put it on for you right now. But you put this headband on. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will. You put this headband on, okay, like this. Touch your head. It syncs up to an app. And you get to just meditate for a few minutes. And it'll start tracking your activity of your brain waves. And it'll see what state you're in, if you're in a state of fight or flight, or if you get into a state of Zen, right? So I love this cool fun little tool to use to start tracking your ability to meditate. Okay, meditation, if you haven't noticed, is a very powerful practice that can help you in life and in business. And you should try it out if you haven't done it. But what I did in the very beginning of early on in my career was I took this program that I found called Holosync. And Holosync is a binaural beat program which syncs up the left and right hemispheres of your brain. And like Bill Harris, who passed away recently, but what Bill Harris had talked about with Holosync is that geniuses operate with their left and right hemispheres of the brain operating in harmony. So I was like, man, if I could get my brain, the left and right brain, operate in harmony, then I will think better, I will be more creative, and things will come easier to me. And so I began to do that. I went through the first year. I listened to it every day for an hour a day. Then I bought the next level. And in the next level, year 2, I was able to reprogram my own declarations into the binaural beats. Without hearing them, they were just subliminally embedded into the binaural beats to reprogram and rewire my subconscious mind. And then I went into year 3. And for 3 years, I did it every day for an hour a day without missing a beat. And the reason is because I knew that The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which is a book by Joseph Campbell, was so important. It was running the show that I didn't want that old past and those old limiting beliefs to run my show. And also, what's incredible about Holosync is that when you listen to it, it almost feels like you're under a waterfall and you're just getting cleansed in your body, and more so in your brain. It feels like you're just getting, like you're giving your brain a bath. And it's amazing. I highly encourage it. I highly recommend it. I'm actually excited because I'm going to be getting a new track and starting and firing it up again, because it's been a while since I've gone through Holosync, but firing up a new set of declarations which I'm going to write, I'm going to speak, and I'm going to embed them into the next level of Holosync for me, which I believe is like year 4. So guys, first off, thank you for tuning in today, and I hope that you've got massive value from understanding that your beliefs are dictating your current reality, and if you don't identify what those sabotaging or crippling beliefs are in your life, it's going to continue to hold you back, and there's going to be this invisible income ceiling that's over your life, and we don't want that there. We want to break and bust through that, and beliefs matter more than ever. And guys, for those of you just joining, thank you for joining, thank you for tuning in. Guys, grab your free golden ticket. We've got these free golden tickets. There's a limited supply, okay? And we've put our 7-figure expert agency and e-commerce funnels, emails, and scripts on this USB drive for free. Okay, all you gotta do is pay for shipping and handling. It's yours for free. Grab your free golden ticket. We've got some incredible feedback from people that have downloaded this free golden ticket and that are watching the videos that accompany the free golden ticket as well. There's about 30 videos. They're bite-sized little nuggets that explain the funnels, the emails and the scripts. And guys, just so you know, people pay me over $100,000 to develop some of the contents that you get for free on this. And this little baby here is still up for grabs. There are more, there's 4 more as of the recording of this video on November 16th. Now that will change, but as of November 16th, there are 4 more golden tickets yet to be claimed. Okay, now they could be in the mail as we're speaking, but guys, there are golden tickets left. Obviously, I have one in my hand, so there are golden tickets left. So get your free golden ticket for the chance to win one of these one-on-one private intensives with my team and I to map out the fastest path to your 7-figure a year or 7-figure a month business. And it would be an absolute honor and privilege to give this to you for free. There's 5 lucky winners, just like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where Charlie was one of the 5 and then ended up becoming that one winner who won the factory because he was a good egg. Right? And we're doing the same thing. One person will have the opportunity for my team and I to build out their everlasting funnel for free. Okay, and I'm super excited to be giving that away. All right. So let's jump into some questions here. Okay, if you have any questions about this topic is a long I can have so many. I could probably do 30 days of just beliefs and personal development. But if you have any questions about today, about limiting beliefs or sabotaging beliefs or crippling beliefs that are holding you back from success or could possibly be holding you back from success, then I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't be shy. Okay? The only way you get ahead in life and in business is if you take bold action and you're willing to put it on the line and not be and not be shy about it, right? Be bold, right? So how do I know or identify beliefs that are holding me back? Bryan, how do I know or identify beliefs that are holding me back? The first thing I would start to doing is I would start to journal things that you repeatedly say or ask other people to figure out what it is that you're commonly saying. What are you saying about money? When I grew up, my dad always used to say, money doesn't grow on trees. And I was a smart you-know-what, because I used to say, yeah, it does. It's made of paper. Money does grow on trees. And I'm going to prove it to you. And since then, I've proved it to him that money does grow on trees, which is another topic for another time, because you can plant money trees. You just have to see money through a new lens and see how money is made and how money comes to you. And if you do the right things and set up the right action, set up the right systems, money will flow, and you can have things that produce money. Okay? But that's another topic for another time. But how do I know or identify things that are holding you back? Well, start observing your beliefs. Start observing the stories that you're saying. Start observing the language that you're using. Okay? And start asking those around you about your language. You know, maybe you ask, you know, some of your closest friends. I'm doing this challenge right now, and I want to figure out what are some limiting beliefs that I'm saying. What are some things that you hear? Do you hear me say anything about money or success that is incongruent with where I want to go with my future? Right? Everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different dialogue going on, right? But you've got to control that dialogue. Okay. Number 2, what helped you transform your beliefs? So what helped me transform my beliefs was I jumped in deep to personal development. I started consuming everything that I could. I started attending events. I went to Tony Robbins. I walked on fire. I started reprogramming my subconscious mind through HoloSync. I started doing daily morning rhythms where I'd wake up and I'd walk and I'd do breathing exercises and I would declare who I am for others and for the world, and I would begin to be grateful for what I have now and what I have yet to come. So there's things like that that allow you to rewire or reprogram your own beliefs. For me, it was books, so it was learning, it was events, it was experiences, and that's the way that I recommend that you begin to reprogram your beliefs, okay? What coaching do you recommend to take my business to the next level? What beliefs? And also up here on number 2, I would say immersion, okay? immersion, okay? You're not going to learn to reprogram your beliefs by reading a page a day. You've got to really immerse yourself into it, right? Like, go deeper, okay? You read a book, you learn about new books, go deeper, read all the books that they recommend, right? Grab High Performance Habits, crush that. Read Think Bigger, crush that. Read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, crush that. The way I like to do it is I'll buy the audiobook and I'll have the book, and then I'll highlight the book while I'm listening to it. So I'm engaging two ways of learning. I'm engaging audible and visual, and then I'm writing it down. I'm fully engaged, okay? Fully engaged. I'm taking notes. I'm writing in the book. It's my flipping book. I can write it on it if I want, right? Get engaged. The more engaged you are in learning, the more you're going to get out of it, right? Hopefully, you've been taking notes over the last 15 days and today, taking notes, right? Hopefully, you've been doing that. I'd love to see your notes. But hopefully, you've been doing that, because that's going to keep you engaged in the process. That's going to keep you focused and engaged, and you're going to take the most you're going to get the most value from what I'm doing here over this 30-day challenge, where I'm dropping 8-figure club coaching and ClickFunnels support. No. Third question is, what coaching do you recommend, Bryan, to take my business to the next level in my life? What coaching program? So personally, I recommend anything that Tony Robbins is involved in, because my life has been so transformed by him. And I had the blessed opportunity to serve him. I was behind the scenes with Tony. I was able to see that he practices what he preaches every day. He has a piece of paper that he still checks off how many minutes he does his morning rhythms. Okay, pretty fascinating. You think about someone who's been living, eating, and breathing this stuff for over 30 years, and he still has a piece of paper that he personally checks things off and writes in times for how long he's done things. Rather fascinating. And you got to give him mad respect, because not only does he preach it, but he practices what he preaches, and he preaches what he practices, right? But coaching, I would recommend, okay, high performance coaching, okay? The 5 areas of high performance. When you buy this book, How Extraordinary People Become That Way, okay, there are habits in here that will transform your life. There are habits in here that will help you take your life and business to the next level if you start doing them, right? That won't do you any good if you're gonna, and I know I'm holding it upside down, won't do you any good if you read this book and you don't do anything about it, okay? So if you take the book, you implement it in your experience, you do it every single day for 30 days, for 60 days, for 90 days, then you'll start to see your life will transform. Now, to talk about this concept a little deeper, and I want to really address this right now for those of you who are still listening, thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with me, because I'm going to share a principle of being persistent, talking about implementing what you learn and taking action on the things that you are observing and that you're learning here. Persistence. My brother has built up a fan page to over 2.6 million people. 2.6 million people. I just want to think about that. But here's the lesson from it that I want to share right now about persistency. For the first 3 years, he did not monetize a penny for the first 3 years. All he did is post and build audience, and post and build audience. And he just happens to be in a niche that he can't even advertise for. So he built up an audience for free to 2.6 million people. And the key word that I want you to write down right now is persistence. Consistency, and actually write these 2 words, consistent and persistent. Consistent and persistent. What is it you're doing every single day that's moving the profit needle in your life and business? Okay? I want you to take inventory. What is it that you're currently doing right now that's advancing you, that's helping you go to the next level? And I'd love to know what some of those things are. I'd love to know some of the things that you're doing. Feel free to drop a comment in and tell me. Feel free to message me if you're too shy and don't want to share it publicly. But I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to know what you do on a day-to-day basis that's helping take your life and business to the next level. The coaching that I recommend would be high-performance coaching. If you want to engage in a conversation about taking your life and business to the next level and go through a high-performance coaching process, that is something that I do as well as a certified high-performance coach. So I'd love to have that conversation and talk about what that would look like if that's something that you're interested in. Just send me a private message and we can talk about it. All right, guys, we're going to close this day down with some insights. Number one, reprogram your beliefs. We talked about how important that is. You need to reprogram the way you think about who you are and about who you are for others. Okay? So you got to reprogram your beliefs. Study who God created you to be. Okay? Grab a set of these mind mastery cards. Start there. Okay? Maybe it's just diving into studying the scripture to see who God created you to be. Okay? If you've never done a study on who God says we are as His children, I would really encourage you and recommend that you take a deep dive and look at it, because it's going to radically shift who you see yourself as being. Okay, God said some pretty profound things about who He created us to be, and we are much more powerful than we give ourselves credit. God sees you in a completely different way than you're currently seeing yourself or other people are seeing you. Okay? Create morning rhythms. Okay, we're going to talk about this in days to come, but what are your morning rhythms? What's your rhythms? Or another way to say it, what's your rituals? What do you do when the moment you wake up, jump out of bed until the time you get your day started? It is the most important part of your day. And then also, what are your evening rituals? What are you doing at the end of the day? What are you doing before you go to bed? Those are critical hours as well. So you want to start your day right and end your day right, and you'll have a great life. I guarantee it. And then lastly, immersion is the fastest path. Immersion is the fastest path. I've never known anyone who's been a dabbler to be extremely successful. The people that I know, the people that I hang out with that are producing 10 million a year or more, they don't dabble. They focus, they go all in, and they're passionate about it. Okay? They're passionate about consuming everything they can about their expertise and about their thought leadership, and they go all in. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't got your free golden ticket, go ahead and claim your free golden ticket. I'd love for you to get our 7- and 8-figure agency expert and e-commerce funnels, emails, and scripts for free, and get an opportunity and a chance to win one of these private one-on-one intensives where you get to spend an entire day with my team and I here in beautiful San Diego, California, in our offices here in La Jolla. So thank you guys for tuning in, and if you have any questions, please send them over to me. I'd love to answer your questions in the coming days or in the comment section below this video. All right, have a blessed day, guys.